Welcome to Oddball. I'm Amin Hassan in home at Fiend. Home and Fiending. I am fiending at home. Welcome to Oddball. I'm Amin Hassan back home in Phoenix. Over there in the New York City studio is Charlotte Wilder and a couple of new friends. Charlotte, who you got behind you there?
Yeah, I'm just hanging out with the Kelce brothers wearing Cavs t-shirts for no reason. I just felt nothing happened last night to me, and I
Oh,
just felt like it.
well, I mean, Jason retired and he had a very emotional press conference. So, I figured that we're just here to honor Jason Kelce. And obviously, Travis is there. He's a good brother. It's only natural that they would kind of release from that, right? And hang out at a game.
Totally, and I just want to support Jason, say thanks for an amazing 13 years in the NFL. Jason, your speech when you won the Super Bowl in Philly, all-timer.
Oh, man. I love the Kelce brothers. Love them. I wonder what game they went to. Anyways, we got a great show for you guys today. A little bit later, we'll play our interview with Arike Ogunbowale. Talk to her about WNBA season coming up. What do you do in the offseason as a WNBA player and how she got to be such a bucket getter. You don't want to miss that. Also, you guys know I couldn't leave it alone. Zion Williamson said he'll do the dunk contest if he's an
You
all-star.
know,
I'm not
I
going to give
mean,
away any
I
material.
know I
Just
know what
saying.
your joke is going to be. I know what your jokes. I know.
Well, I
So
didn't
I
make a
just
joke.
before when we get there, I'm just going to say it before you have a chance to say it. So anyway, what else do we have to talk
I
about?
want
Nothing,
I
right?
want to talk I want to talk about basketball, but first talk about the game that the Kelce brother. Oh, they played the Celtics last night. Well, Charlotte, you would have seen that, wouldn't you?
No, they didn't. They didn't play this. Nothing happened. They didn't play the
Oh,
Celtics last night.
no, no. It says here that they overcame a 22-point deficit to beat
Hmm.
the Celtics 105-104, ending the NBA's longest winning streak this season, 11 games. Charlotte, wait, hold on. And the Kelce
I
brothers were
don't
there
think that.
hyping up the crowd from
Hmm.
courtside seats. Well, this
Hmm.
is this is amazing.
No. I don't think. I don't buy it.
Dean
I don't believe it.
Dean Wade scored 20 points, made 5 3-pointers, and outscored the Celtics all by himself, 20-17. Huh. I can, you know what's funny? I could see as a Celtics fan how the name D Wade might give you some flashbacks, some PTSD.
Yeah, you think I like that? You think I know this? I know this happened. Obviously, I know this happened. I mean, here's the thing. Okay, first of all, thank you to the Kelce brothers. Thank you guys. I am so glad that you and your charisma and your charm were there to hype up the crowd for this incredible fourth quarter comeback. I actually think not only did the Kelce brothers hype up the crowd, the Celtics went 0 for 8 for 3 in the
Mm-hmm.
fourth quarter. I think that they unhyped the Celtics. This is how rattled the Kelces have me. I mean, Kelces
Mm-hmm.
can rattle fans and opposing teams. And so all I want to say to the rest of the league, watch out. If it's the playoffs and you've got the Kelces there with the
Mm.
Cavs, I don't care what kind of records the Celtics are setting this season. It's danger. It's danger time. We're in the danger zone. I mean, the next D Wade is here if the
Yeah.
Kelce brothers keep showing up to these games.
Charlotte, I would say that watch out for the Cavs anyway. Kelsey's or not.
I
This
know.
team is good. This team is tough. They defend at a high level and they get contributions. I think one of the big things they want to do in the offseason was add more shooting around Garland and Donovan Mitchell, and they've done that. Evan Mobley, for
Mm-hmm.
me, is one of the brightest young stars in the league. And on the other end of the ledger, your boy Jaylen Brown said, today, mentality loss. We had the game, shouldn't have happened. Now, Charlotte, is that what happened? How do you feel about that statement? Do you feel like that was a mentality loss?
Yeah. Yeah, I do. I mean, I think that I don't think that I have much of a leg to stand on as a Celtics fan when it comes to being like pissed about this because they had an 11 game win streak. Obviously the thing about it that is concerning is that they blew a lead so vast and that Jason Tatum once again, not only did he not hit his classic fadeaway jumper in the last
Mm-hmm.
point, what, 2 seconds of a game. He was fouled. Obviously, people are making a lot about the
Well,
foul
he claims he was fouled.
because he was not fouled.
That
Right,
there
because
was no
they
foul
overturned it.
call.
It was Darius Garland kicked it. I mean,
Yeah.
he kicked Darius Garland's leg. It wasn't Darius Garland didn't do anything wrong. I saw that and
Mm-hmm.
I was like, yeah, okay, well, that is not a foul. So here we are. I think the the best thing that the Celtics could take away from this is how embarrassing would this be in the playoffs, and then play the rest of the season remembering what that would feel like, because they're great on paper and great on the court, and then the playoffs come around and I just turn into an anxious mess, which sometimes I already am, but like basketball wise.
The amazing thing about the Celtics fourth quarter, as you mentioned, 0 for 8. They went 8 for 26. They got 26 shots in 12 minutes of basketball. That's a lot. By comparison, the Cavs only shot 11 from the field. So that's a lot of shots to take. Now, Charlotte, let me ask you something. Do you feel as a Celtics fan, do you feel like there is a specter over the Celtics? No matter how amazing you guys played, the last 10 games were amazing, blowing teams out, beating the Warriors by 7,000 million points on Sunday.
Yeah.
Any kind of setback like this undoes all of the positivity.
No, I don't think it undoes all of the positivity.
A lot of the positivity. A good deal of positivity.
It brings back, you said like PTSD about the name D Wade. It's also about the past, since 2018, because you have these amazing teams, they go to the playoffs and then it all falls apart. And I think that the most worrying thing about that, and I'm not saying that this is an indictment of the team or that I think that this is what's going to happen for the rest of the season, but we have seen Jason Tatum just sort of completely lose it. We've seen the team forget how to shoot. You saw the Heat series, you saw the Eastern Conference Finals last year. It was like, what happened? And so something like this happens and you're like, no, that's supposed to not, like, we're supposed to not be doing that, especially when the Celtics are even better than they have been the past however many years that they've gone to the playoffs. So
yeah, it's funny. I was gonna ask you a follow-up question of these teams, which do you fear the most? But then I realized the Celtics, if they're gonna get to the finals, they're probably gonna have to play every single one of these teams, whether it's the Cavs, the Pacers, the Heat, the Sixers with the healthy Joel Embiid, the New York Knicks. You're gonna see at least 2 of those teams on the way.
Yes. Also, I will say, being from the Northeast, I think that a lot of people from the Northeast, there's this like ingrained cynicism and this sort, like when things are going well, you're like, there's no way this lasts. So I think actually the Celtics doing so well makes me far more nervous than if they were like one of the scrappy teams. But like everything going great is like, I don't know. Can we get a little darker? Like, can we make things a little more difficult? Because this feels, I'm not used to this.
Because I can't be trusted. I've been told just to read this verbatim. Zion Williamson says he'll do dunk contest if voted All-Star. Quote, if I'm in the All-Star game, I'll do the dunk contest. If I'm not doing it. Charlotte, what's your reaction to hearing Zion to the dunk contest if he's an All-Star?
My reaction is to try to preempt any joke you're going to make, which could be something like dunk contest, more like dunking Oreos and milk. That's where my mind goes, because that's how you have ruined me. I mean, I think he should do the dunk contest. I will say this. I completely get it, Zion. I don't think I would do the dunk. If I would be like, you want me in the dunk contest? Okay, make me an All-Star and then we'll talk. Like, I get it.
All right. So first of all, I strongly reject this notion that you guys come up with your own twisted jokes and then try to say, oh, that's what Amin was going to say. I was going to say, wow, Zion Williamson in the dunk contest, that might be the type of star power to bring the event back. But no, Charlotte Wilder and Zach Harper and Tom Haberstroh, all these people, and Jason Jackson, all these people, they just come with their own pre-written 15-minute for the Comedy Cellar, and then they act like Amin wrote these jokes. I appreciate the credit, but
I hate what you've done.
What have I done? I read a headline and I said, Charlotte, what do you think? And I thought you were going to say, yeah, I would do the same thing. If I were Zion, I wouldn't be unless I'd be an All-Star. Instead, you decided to take this tawdry, if I might be quite bold, the turn, talking about, dunking Oreos in milk. And I mean,
But it is what you were going to say, because that's what you were going to say. Tell me that's not what you were going to say.
Absolutely not. Now, if you're asking, how would I craft a joke like that? Okay,
no,
I can tell you how I would. I would say beignets, right, with the powdered sugar on them and dip into pure gravy, right? It has to be a combination of 2 foodstuffs that you probably wouldn't put together, but also both of them bringing together a decadence, maybe into gumbo, beignets into gumbo. See Zion with just like the vat of gumbo right there.
Okay,
and
this
just an
segment's
endless
over.
supply.
Thank you, everybody. And
Maybe-
now our interview with Arike.
Maybe on a conveyor belt where like the beignets go through the gumbo and then they just come right into his gaping maw.
God damn it.
Very excited for our next guest. She is a walking bucket, second fastest to 3,000 points in WNBA history, the all-time leading scorer at Notre Dame, Arike Ogunbowale. Thank you for joining us. And this is weird because you're of Nigerian descent. I'm from Sudan. I have a lot of friends who are Nigerian, Ghanaian. We're working in sports, and all of us have the same experience of like our parents say, yeah, but when are you actually going to get a real job and do real stuff? But you come from a family where it was all athletes. Both your parents and your brother. Was that different? Did you still have that pressure of like, okay, when are you going to do something serious, or was sports kind of very encouraged as an outlet?
It was definitely encouraged. Soccer more than basketball. Like I was a big soccer player growing up, but my parents, I think they saw that I was pretty good at a young age, so they just, invested in that. And obviously they cared about school, like that was important, but they knew I was going to be good at, some type of sport, so they definitely let me do both.
Yeah, you definitely are good at some type of sport. I've loved watching you since you were at Notre Dame. You're just electric. Like I have a very vivid memory of watching at a sports bar when you guys won the national. Yeah, it's unbelievable. What did that feel like? What does it feel like to win something that significant?
Yeah, I mean, at the time it was crazy. I mean, I was only, 20, 21. So, like, just everything that happened after that was amazing. But obviously, you work all year to win a national championship. So, definitely that was the most important thing. But just everything that came with it was really cool, just being in college and being able to experience that.
How do you get to be such a great scorer? Like, what is the stuff that happened young in your life that prepared you and made you who you are now?
I'll say having older brothers. I mean, they never took it easy on me. They didn't treat me like a girl. They treated me like one of them. So just having, older siblings. I played with boys a lot growing up, and I think that just made me tough. And, once I was able to score on them, I felt like I was able to score on anybody. But I definitely would credit my big brothers for sure.
Do you, that's so funny, the big brother, being in sports, and people are like, did you have brothers growing up? And I feel I didn't, but I had older cousins, and you sort of want to keep up in it. There's like a competition of like,
dude, I got this whole theory.
I'm going to do it better than they're doing it actually, like not even as good.
I got this whole theory about like every great athlete has siblings. Like it's really like LeBron is one of the exceptions as an only child, but most great players have siblings, and it's usually an older sibling, and usually a sibling that's like, you know how older brothers are. Like,
exactly.
They're like jerks. Like, you gotta have like a jerk older sibling to kind of push you, right?
Are they still doing that?
I mean, he supports me. Like, he's like one of my best friends. But back then, it was definitely tough. It was definitely tough.
It's funny because like it's never on purpose. It's just like that's like Charlotte's an only child, so.
Or you are.
Yeah, and I'm not a great athlete.
See, there you
so
go.
that's why I'm here.
Blame your parents.
Arike, I want to know. I was at the playoff game you guys played against the Aces, and that's the class of the sport now, right? The Las Vegas Aces. They're deep. They're experienced. As someone on a team that's trying to challenge that, like how does that kind of factor in as far as going up, being quote unquote bullied, right? I mean, bully is a tough term, but again, pushed around, right, by older siblings. Now it's kind of like this is the older sibling on the block. How does that kind of translate?
Yeah, I'm never gonna look at a team as an older sibling to me. So I understand that, but I'd say it's like something you chasing type. They just won 2 championships in a row. Like they got MVP, they got All-Stars, and just like what they built right now, that's what Dallas wants to build. So I wouldn't look at it as like getting bullied, pushed around, because we're gonna compete with anybody, and I think everybody in the league is gonna compete. But just seeing, that's kind of like the goal now, like 2 in a row, and see if you can get there, see if you can get one, see if you can knock them off. And they have the title right now, so really everybody's chasing them, so they are at the top. But I think this year is going to be good, though. It's going to be real competitive, especially with everything that's happened in the league. So I'm excited for that. But Aces definitely, they're having a great run right now, and that's going to continue. They're not losing anybody. But teams are getting better, too. So it'll be interesting. It's fun.
What has this offseason been like for you?
Really just a lot of training, film, everything. So pretty much my whole day usually revolves around something with basketball, unless it's a rest day. But, just in the gym a lot.
What do you do if you're not playing basketball?
Nothing much, honestly. I have a dog.
Chilling.
I have a dog. I lay down.
Oh, what's your dog's
I have a
name?
golden doodle named Kobe.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so really just relax with him, honestly.
Did he come to All-Star?
No, I wish. He's big. He's like 75 pounds.
Oh, okay.
But
yeah.
I wish, though.
Big dog to take on a plane.
Yeah, no. He's been on one before, though.
Really?
He kind of took up like the whole
Wait
row,
up,
actually. But they were nice about it.
Like on the...
Yeah, like the person that was sitting next to me, he was all on his feet. I'm just like, sorry. But my dog's sweet, so it's hard to say no to him.
I would be thrilled.
Yeah, exactly.
If I were that person.
Exactly.
I once switched a seat on an airplane because someone was upset about sitting next to a
And you
dog,
sat
and I was
close
like,
to the
I'll do
dog.
it. Yeah, so.
Who were the players that, when you were growing up, you kind of either modeled your game after, or even stole stuff from? Say, I want to play like that.
I didn't really watch a lot growing up. Like now, there's players in NBA I watch.
Right.
Like I watch basketball all day, so there's players now. But I think like growing up, I wasn't really watching to learn. I was just watching because I was a fan. So Kobe was my favorite player,
Right.
like back then, and just on the women's side, like Simone Augustus or players like that, Diana Taurasi. But I wish I was watching to learn back then. I probably would have got more info at a younger age.
Hold on.
Like-
the all-time leading scorer
yeah.
at Notre Dame. Like,
Yeah.
Hold on. Like, this is her not watching the
I
learn.
know.
Right?
I'm like, what more could you learn? You're doing
No, I could have probably learned a lot. I think that's
Yeah.
why this generation has it so good. Like they just have so much access to everything. They have
Pull up anything
NBA
on
trainers
YouTube.
at like 10 now. Like stuff's getting crazy. But I just watched to, watch as a fan, honestly.
Yeah.
I just played basketball. Trained, obviously I trained, but it had nothing to do with, the pros.
So, okay, so now you say you watch players. Now, who are the players that you watch as far as trying to learn?
Yeah, I watch Shea a lot. I watch Jalen Brunson, Donovan Mitchell, and Tyrese. Those are probably like my top 4 that I watch, like to actually learn. Those are great players, obviously.
And all those guys, it's funny, excellent footwork.
Yeah.
How do you learn footwork?
I mean, that's more practicing, but you can see like watching as a pro myself and watching them, you can see like their reads. So if there's a double coming, like you see what they do or what type of counters they make. Like I kind of watch that, how the defense is guarding them and like how they react to that more than like their actual feed. Because I mean, those guys are super skilled. Like I would say I'm skilled, obviously, but like those guys are, out of this world. But definitely just watching, like kind of seeing their mindset about what they do and like decisions they make in game type thing.
Arike, not to totally switch gears, but I really loved your State Farm commercial
thank
with
you.
Amin. Are you doing any more? Or have you been filming
hopefully.
anything?
No, I haven't filmed any, but hopefully soon.
How long does it take to tape that?
That was like a 5-hour production day, but I did other stuff. So like that specific part was probably like no more than an hour. It's really pretty quick, honestly.
State Farm, you should call Arike again.
Yeah, call me.
There you go.
Where's the camera at? Call me.
What's the most fun thing you've gotten to do as a result of playing basketball? So not basketball related, but because you're a hooper and you're great and you're known, you've now got ability to do what?
I would say from playing basketball, I've been able to travel the world, like, playing overseas too. I played for 3 years. Like, I went to pretty much every country. Playing younger USA basketball, I went to a whole bunch of countries before college. So just being able to travel the world, I think, is the best part.
What was your favorite place you visited?
I have to say Czech Republic. It was
Really?
super pretty. Yeah, it was really pretty.
My mom was born in Prague.
Oh, really? Yeah, Prague. I went to Prague. It was fire.
As far as being a franchise player, I feel like there's a lot more to it than just I went out there, I led my team in scoring or whatever, and we won the game. There's a lot of other responsibilities that go along with that. How do you manage that? Like as far as, I don't want to call them distractions, but things that are part of the job that they don't necessarily tell you about before you actually do it.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely tough. Obviously, you can't do it alone. Like, that's why you have your teammates, and that's why you have everybody around you. But there's obviously a line, like if I'm upset in the game, like there's still 11 other people that are looking to me or people on the court for the people on the court with me. So I definitely, and that's hard to manage. I mean, even like now, like if you're a passionate player, like it's definitely tough to, focus on yourself and focus on the whole team. But I think I'm learning day by day, as I get older, and it's getting, better every year. But yeah, as long as you have a good group around you, I think you're able to do anything. I'm
always so fascinated by, when great players, obviously it comes with so much emotion and passion, and you want it so badly, and when things aren't working, I can only imagine that it's like a level of frustration I have never even felt. When you're in a situation like that, do you have a technique for like calming down or getting less heated?
Yeah, well, I'm still learning that one. If you have any techniques, come share with me. Honestly,
In progress.
A lot of
no,
deep breaths,
it's a work in
a lot
progress.
of deep breaths, I guess.
Sometimes that don't even cut it. Honestly.
So Dancing with the Stars, that wasn't the most fun thing you did?
It was really fun. I wouldn't say it was most fun, but it was really fun. And it was something that was crazy, like, and I gained respect for dancers because, like, it doesn't look easy, but, like, just watching this, like, oh, like, they're dancing, but, like, the amount of practice and everything that you have to do to go, like, even into the Dancing with the Stars show, like, we practice all weeks for, like, a 2-hour show, but, like, 3 hours a day. I'm just like, this is a lot, but it was definitely a cool experience.
And that came through, they went through like the SID at Notre Dame, right?
It
wasn't like through a PR person.
No, there was no NIL back then. So it was just like the guy that worked for my team, like, hey, we have this request for you, like Dance with the Stars. I'm like, what? What are you talking about? So yeah.
Did you like to dance?
I mean, they got me because after we won, I was doing a little 1-2 jig. Like, I'm not no professional dancer.
It's like you can say I love to dance, but it's like that's
but not I don't like to tango. Like, I like to dance, I guess.
Ballroom?
I don't do that, but I learned, and it was cool.
Was there anything that you, as far as being an athlete, you think helped you?
Yeah, well, I think soccer helped me the most because my, like, foot skills, like I said, I play soccer a lot, so, like, picking up on the dances was easy. Like, doing it is tough, but picking up on it, I was able to learn fast.
Coming to All-Star Weekend, we've got the three-point shootout, we've got the dunk contest, we've got the skills challenge, but this year we also have Sabrina versus Steph. What was your reaction when you first heard that they were going to do this?
Yeah, I think it's dope. I mean, they're obviously two of the best shooters in the world, and I was front and center when she did what she did at WNBA. So if she shoots like that, she's winning it. So I'm definitely, supporting WNBA. So I got her winning it for sure.
I said that too.
Yeah, girl power.
It's true.
But you see what she did.
No,
that's more than girl power.
It's the highest score in the history of three-point shootout. 38 points, right? Having said that, you're going against, I think, the person that everyone said. I said, people argue everything, right? Who's the greatest player of all time? Oh, LeBron, Jordan, whatever. Like, who's the greatest team of all time? Well, the Warriors are 173. No, it's the Bulls, etc. But the one thing nobody argues about is who's the best shooter. Like, it's Steph.
But he's also been in the league for 11, 12 years. Yeah. She's only year 5, so she could very well, at the end of her career, be one of the best shooters. You never know what's gonna happen.
It's one of those things where I wonder, and on a serious note, for you as a WNBA star. And I love the WNBA. I love it because it's great basketball. One of the things I get irritated by is when people they always have to talk about it in the context of the NBA. Mm-hmm. Like, as Serena Williams goes out there, dominates in tennis. Women's tennis is awesome. No one ever says, yeah, but like Roger Federer, like we don't do that for that sport. Why do you think people do that with the WNBA? We're constantly comping.
I honestly have no idea. Like, it's not two different games. Obviously, it's basketball, but it's two different markets, two different things, like two different things in its own. Like, there's no reason to compare us to them and them to us. Like, we're not the same athletes.
Because here's the crazy thing. Mm-hmm. It doesn't even happen at college.
Yeah, it doesn't happen anywhere but WNBA.
That's the only place where it's like, it's a constant thing. If you try to say anything about, wow, what a game, like, yeah, man, but it's not as, I'm like, what are you talking about? Yeah. I mean, like, for me, I think about what happened last year with Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark, right? And it dominated every sports show. And was it out of whack or like out of class to do that? But that's what she does all the time. And I said, let's stop for a second and just cherish that we're having a heated debate about women's college basketball that has nothing to do with their women.
Right.
Like, if I change the name to like from Angel Reese to
Rudy Gobert.
Yeah, like it would be the same type of conversation, and like that, I'm like, this is progress. Yeah. So I'm just hoping, like, how does that momentum carry on and get to the W? Because it kills me to have the same stupid conversation every time, as opposed to, let's talk about the game. Let's talk about
I feel like they don't watch it, though. The people that say that don't watch. So, like, I've never met anybody that actually watched our game that's like, oh, like, I can't really watch this. It's not compared, because it's different. Like, people who watch it enjoy it. So I just say, watch a game. Like, go to a game. They'll probably change their mind. But people are stubborn, too, and people just want to be funny as well. So I don't pay them no mind, honestly.
It's not a very good joke.
Yeah.
Arike, thank you so much.
Appreciate you guys.
Please come back anytime.
Okay.
I mean, we won't be in Indy, but come back on our show.
I'm not gonna make you come back here.
Amin's getting out.
I'll come to Miami.
That's more fun.
WNBA season tips off May 14th.
Yeah, May 14th.
Tickets on sale now. Watch the Dallas Wings.
Yep.
Also, Yep, no idea what I was going to say. My brain is a colander today, so this should be fun.
Nice. It should be colander ambulance then?
Stop it. That's not even fun. That's not even, like, what is that?